Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa ala. We started yesterday the chapter that talks about child custody, حضانة الطفل, and the first hadith indicated that if the child is young, below the age where he can make decisions, the age of making some kind of informed decision is called sin al-tamyiz. No, it is before puberty. It is like around 7 years old. If the child is able to understand and respond and make sense and make his decision that way, then he's called sabi mumayyiz, which means he can discriminate, he can make decisions. In that case, he is allowed, he's given the choice between the father and the mother. But if it is a young child, below that age, then he goes to who? To the mother. He goes to the mother, no question about it. And the father has no say to this. Of course, if there were no other reasons to prevent the mother, she's not mentally impaired or if she's a corrupt lady, of course, these things are all considered in the Sharia, in the Islamic law as well. Okay? But if there is no obvious reason why she cannot take care of him, he goes to the mother as long as she is not married. If she is married, then it is a matter of weighing the benefits and risk and what is the best interest for the child. Does he go to the grandmother? Does he go to the aunt from the maternal aunt or paternal aunt? But normally, the father's side is then given some kind of precedence. Normally, if the child is young, it is in the best interest for the child to be under the care of a lady, not just a man, or a married couple, not just a single man. So in that case, for instance, if there's a choice between the paternal aunt and the maternal aunt, who gets precedence here? The paternal aunt. It goes more to the father's side, okay? If the mother is married. So, and it showed the first hadith is that the wife or the mother in general has sacrificed so much for bringing this child to this world. And that is why Islam gives the mother the right above the father to have custody of the children. She said here that I carried him in my tummy for so long, and then I breastfed him. Then I had him on my lap. So the woman puts more effort and sacrifices much more than the man in bringing this child to this world and also in raising him as a child. And that is why Islam is fair in giving the mother the right for custody, regardless of what the man has to say. He has no say in this matter. No. And that solves so much problems. So many custody battles can be avoided just if you apply this single Islamic rule, and you can save so much money that can go to the children one day instead of going to the lawyers, of course. وعن رافع, see this next hadith shows that it's a different age child. It's a child صبي مميز. He can discriminate. عن رافع بن سنان رضي الله عنه أنه أسلم وأبت امرأته. Sorry, before that, there's another hadith before that. Let's read the previous hadith. It's in the same subject. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن امرأة قالت يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن زوجي يريد أن يذهب بابني وقد نفعني وسقاني من بئر أبي عنبة فجاء زوجها فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يا غلام هذا أبوك وهذه أمك فخذ بيد أيهما شئت فأخذ بيد أمه فانطلقت به. So here it's with a dispute in front of the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. It was brought to the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, this dispute. A woman came to Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. This is narrated by Abu Hurairah, said, "O Allah's Messenger, my husband wants to take away my son while he has benefited me and provided me with drinking water from the well of Abu Inaba." This child was old enough to go and fetch water for her and bring water and help his mother, okay? So then her husband came, and the Prophet ﷺ said, "Young man, this is your father and this is your mother. So take the hand, khud biyad, take the hand of whomever of them you wish to be with." He took his mother's hand and she went off with him. Okay? So this is very clear. The child is given choice in this matter. And the next hadith is in the same meaning. And Rafi ibn Sinan, that he accepted Islam, but his wife refused to accept it. Okay? The Prophet ﷺ then made the mother sit down to a side and the father to another side, and made the son sit down between them. He, the son, then inclined to his mother. So the Prophet ﷺ then said, "Oh Allah, give him guidance. Allahumma hdi." Then he inclined to his father and he took him. This hadith also shows, given the child, we can learn more than one thing from this second hadith. Number one is that if a man embraces Islam and his wife is still a mushrika. Mushrika means atheist or polytheist. As long as she's not Christian or Jew, because if she's Christian or Jew, the marriage can continue. But he embraced Islam and she is, for instance, a Hindu, or she's a Buddhist, or she has no religion, or she's an atheist, then he cannot keep her as a wife anymore. This is Islamic rule. Marriage ends. Allah says, the evidence in the Quran, وَلَا تُمْسِكُوا بِعِصَمِ الْكَوَافِرِ. Okay, do not hold on to somebody who has rejected Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then, but some scholars said that immediately the marriage is cancelled. Some scholars said that, no, you wait for the iddah time. You wait for the iddah time and you give her that time, the choice. He starts telling her and talking to her about Islam and so on. If she does embrace Islam during that time period, the marriage continues. If she doesn't embrace Islam, then the marriage ends at the end of the iddah. But let's say she embraces Islam at a later date, they can remarry. They can remarry. This marriage is cancelled. Marriage is cancelled. They can remarry. So here the child was given the choice. Now, here, one parent was a Muslim and the other one was not a Muslim. There's a difference in opinion here, because here Prophet ﷺ gave him the choice, but then the boy was inclining more towards his mother, who was not a Muslim. So Prophet ﷺ then made a dua while during that setting. He said, "Allahumma hdihi," oh Allah, guide him. So within the same setting, the boy changed his mind and he chose his father. Now, okay, let's see what the Imams say about this matter. If the one parent is, because normally you look for the best interest of the child, and his religious interest is more important than his worldly interest. Yani, for him to be brought up worshipping Allah and going to heaven, to paradise, Jannah, is more than just him being raised a good upbringing in this life and having good education. Okay, good education, it's all needed. All this is needed. The worldly benefit and interest of the child is taken number one to consideration, but more importantly, the deen is important now. ذهب إمام أبو حنيفة إلى أن الذمية أحق بحضانة ولدها المسلم ما لم يعقل دينا، وعللوا ذلك بأن الحضانة مبنية على الشفقة. يعني نفس الكلام، قال لك لو مميز يعني ما لم يعقل دينا أو ذمية تم شفقة. أما إذا عقل الصغير الأديان فإنه ينزع منها احتمال حدوث الضرر. Imam Abu Hanifa says that if he is still young, very young, he goes to the mother, based on the first hadith that the woman is, and even if she's not Muslim, but after he becomes mumayyiz, he can discriminate and make choices, then he has to be under the custody of a Muslim parent. Okay. Imam Malik said that also he stays with the woman even if she is not a Muslim, but there should be some kind of supervision to make sure that he is brought up as a Muslim. Okay. But Imam al-Shafi'i, Imam Abu Ahmad ibn Hanbal, they felt that no, the custody cannot, for a Muslim boy, or a Muslim girl, a Muslim child, cannot be under a non-Muslim parent. Cannot be. Okay. And they use the ayah وَلَنْ يَجْعَلَ اللَّهُ لِلْكَافِرِينَ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ سَبِيلًا. That this ayah says that authority cannot be given to a kafir over a believer. Okay? And they use actually this hadith as well, although Prophet ﷺ gave him the choice, but Prophet ﷺ, when the boy was going to make a wrong choice, he made dua for him. And Prophet ﷺ knows that his dua, inshallah, is accepted and it will happen. And it is as if, they said, it is as if he basically directed him towards his Muslim father. Okay? Okay. I think قال الإمام السعدي, I will just summarize this. والصحيح في مسألة الحضانة أن الترتيب الذي ذكره الفقهاء فيها إذا كان يحقق مصلحة الطفل فإن لم يحققها كان الواجب اتباع مصلحة الطفل. It says, after all, number one is the best interest of the child in this dunya and in the akhirah. Okay, we cannot go just by very strict set rules. We have to use our judgment in every single case. Okay, every single situation. I think this makes it easy. We will stop here, inshallah.